friends, welcome back to Liz's Reading Corner, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Liz and I like books, and this is Bookmas Day 6. It is really hot right now. We very unfortunately have summer for Christmas, so I am sweating. So if you can see a sheen on me, that lovely sheen is just me sweating. It is so humid, oh my lord. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're not here to hear me whinge about the weather. You are here to hear me talk about books. So day 6, the prompt that I chose was a Christmas book with animals. I have it here on my Kindle. That is not a Kindle. I use it as Kindle. That is not a Kindle. On my tablet. So a Christmas book with animals. I chose Christmas at the Cat Cafe. And ChatGPT's prompt for day 6 is a story featuring supernatural beings during the holiday season. And ChatGPT's book was NOS4A2 by Joe Hill. Now, we are going to spin the wheel and we will see which prompt we are going with today. Once again, we are reading ChatGPT's prompt. So that means we are reading NOS4A2 by Joe Hill. I have tried reading this before in the past and I did not enjoy it. Actually, I don't remember if it was this one. Maybe it wasn't this one. I tried reading something of Joe Hill's in the past. So Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King. Everyone knows who Stephen King is. Most people, if they know who Stephen King is, know who Joe Hill is. They kind of go hand in hand at this stage. Yeah, I read something of his. I have read a book of his in the past. I can't remember which one it is, but I have read something and I did not enjoy it at all because he falls into the same trap that a lot of authors do when they get really political, insert their opinion into the book, and I have made no secret of the fact that I just don't enjoy that. If you have an opinion, cool. I don't read your books to read your political opinion. That being said, I know exactly what NOS4A2 is. I have played the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines games, and NOS4A2 is vampire. So I am assuming that this is something to do with vampires. That's the only assumption I've got. I don't actually know anything about it. I'm trying to read these blind. So I'm trying to, unless I've read the book before or heard of the book before, and know something about it, my biggest thing is to just like try and read them blind, because that way I don't go into them with any preconceived notions and I have a 100% genuine opinion on what I'm reading. So NOS4A2 it is. We'll see how we go. My best friend, my person, Britt, she has read this, and I think she found it very average. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to ask her what she thought. I'll have to let you guys know what she thought, because she's the only person I know that's actually read this. So NOS4A2. I'll be back very shortly with some opinions. That's not great. Apologies if you hear the fan. We got new fans installed, new ceiling fans installed finally. So just in time for summer. That's amazing. That's not why you're here though. So I am reading NOS4A2. This has taken a bit longer to read than I expected. I would actually say that Joe Hill writes horror fiction, even though this is allegedly like ghost and what do they call it, supernatural fiction. I would probably call this horror fiction. I would say he writes it better than Stephen King. Just saying. Don't come for me. Possibly controversial opinion is what it is. I am up to, what page am I up to? I just absolutely missed it. Page 209. I'll try and finish this today. So far, we're sitting on a good 4 stars. So unless something drastically changes, I would say 4 stars. There hasn't been a lot of waffle in here either, so that's really exciting, but we'll see how we go. 4 stars so far. Hopefully we'll finish it today. If not today, tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll be back with you very soon. We are at the halfway point. By the point where the gas mask man is tailing Victoria, and she is headed back to her summer home that she is rented to spend time with her son for the summer while he's on holidays. It's at the point where it's getting a little bit waffly. There are some Easter eggs in there though. You can absolutely tell that he is his father's son when it comes to writing. There are quite a few Stephen King Easter eggs in there that I've seen, which if you've read like enough of his books, you'd pick them out pretty quickly. Possibly a little bit less thrilled about this right now because it's at the, like, I don't know what the world building equivalent is. The scene setting stage, I guess, of the book, and it's just kind of not as interesting as it was. I don't really know what he could have done to make it more interesting, but it's not terribly great. So I'm going to try and get this finished tonight, and I will fill you in either way tomorrow morning. We are up to page 450. I love, just really quickly as an aside, we went to the medieval festival this year. There's like a medieval festival that's right near kind of near where we live, and they were selling, oh, you can see, maybe see, these bookmarks. They're just like leather, this little leather bookmark. They are amazing. It's my favorite bookmark right now. It's like really thin, so simple. If we go next year, they've just announced the medieval festival, so if we go next year, I'm gonna be getting more of these. But anyway, side note gone. Side note aside. NOS4A2. I am 450 pages in. Should hold it the right way. 450 pages in, and still finding it really middling. At this stage, it's probably going to be 3 stars. It's not because the story is uninteresting, because the story is pretty interesting. It's just really, really long and waffly, and I just kind of want to get to the end. I just want to know what happens. I want to get to like the climax, the crescendo, the big event that happens. So there's only 150-ish pages left. There's 686 pages. There's about 230 pages left. I mean, I can see it getting wrapped up in less than that, but clearly there's going to be a lot of waffle still. So didn't get it finished last night. We'll definitely get it finished today. There's like 200, I could read 200 pages. I'd read more than 200 pages in a day. So 200 pages, 230 pages, yeah, this will be finished today. And I will give you a wrap up very soon, I guess. This took more than a day to read, very obviously, which is why I pre-recorded this one. It just made sense to read this one a little bit early. It's so thick. I was hoping to have it read over like 2 or 3 days, but I got sick and I slept a lot. So I haven't been doing as much reading as I wanted to, unfortunately. So far, my thoughts. Charles Manx is just a very stereotypical, or Charlie Manx is a very stereotypical bad guy. His henchman, for lack of a better word, what's his name? Biggs. I swear it's Biggs. Bing Partridge. So his name is Bing. Bing is just such a forgettable character. I really don't like him either. I guess we're not meant to like them. They're both killers. Both serial killers. Yeah, Bing Partridge. He's very, very forgettable. I don't really like him. He's pretty, just, I don't know, average. He gets the job done. He's a henchman. I think at this point in time, it's going to be like a 3 stars at the very most. So we'll see. Unless something changes very, very drastically in the last 200 odd pages, it's only going to be 3 stars. So I had filmed this before, and I managed to delete the footage, so I'm probably not going to be as enthusiastic as I was the first time that I filmed this. It is what it is at this stage, really. I finished NOS4A2. I had really high hopes for this book when I first when I first started reading it, as you would have seen, and it just kind of went downhill very quickly. So the first 200 odd pages were pretty good. They were pretty fast paced. They were interesting. I didn't really have many issues with the story, but then after that it just kind of fell apart. I don't know how else to explain it. There was just so much filler and so much fluff in the last, how many pages is it? 682. So in the last 400 pages, that's the majority of the book, but in the last 400 pages, the majority of the story was just filler. And I understand that he needed to set up the story for the ending, but I don't know, it just kind of felt and the ending was really anticlimactic as well. I don't know what I was expecting. From the start, it felt like it was going to be this amazing, dark horror / thriller / supernatural fiction. And it just ended up being a weird supernatural fiction that just felt by the end, I didn't really care about any of the characters. By the end, I didn't really care about the bad guys. I don't know. I was very disappointed. Really disappointed, honestly. I feel like Charlie Manx could have been a full-blown Jeepers Creepers type bad guy. And I guess he kind of is, but it's not creepy. He's not creepy. He started out really, really creepy, and in the end he just sounded, to me anyway, ended up being this sad old guy who has just lived too long. I don't know. I know I'm saying I don't know a lot, but yeah, I was really disappointed. So I ended up giving this 3 stars. I don't know. It was just very disappointing. I read Joe Hill's short story, and I loved that. I think, and this is just based off of reading 2 of his books, it feels like he does short stories better. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Might read more in the future, but who knows. I do have some crazy reading plans for next year, so we may end up getting another Joe Hill book. Have you read NOS4A2? What did you think? Have you read any of other Joe Hill's books? If you have any books of his that you think I would enjoy reading, please let me know. What would you have chosen for these prompts? Because I would love to know what books you would have chosen. If you like what I do here, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another Bookmas video. Bye.